time again. It is time for my August favorites because it is now September. I can't believe it. Anyway, I'll just get right in with my favorites. I'm going to start with a foundation that I have talked about in previous videos. And that's going to be the Revlon Colorstay Whipped Foundation. Now I'm putting this in my favorites because it worked even better than I thought it was going to work. Like, sometimes you have good expectations going into a foundation. This exceeded those expectations. When you open it up, it looks like a very creamy product. Like, I've used it a bunch of times, but it just goes back too flat on the top after you've used it. It doesn't, just kind of strange, but it feels like a creamy mousse consistency, which to me for oily skin would make me go, stay away, because I'm used to those types of foundations completely slipping off of my skin. But this one somehow doesn't and stays on your skin all day. And I've heard other reviews that say that as well, so I guess I'm not the only one that it's working for, but it works so well for oily skin. It's very strange. It's very strange because it's called whipped cream makeup. You think that that's going to only work for dry skin. It doesn't. In fact, I would say probably don't use it on dry skin because I don't think it would work very well because it's very, it's not drying, but it's definitely not moisturizing. The next product I've mentioned before in I think every favorites video I've had, which I think have only been 2, but I've mentioned it before in both of them, and it's the Urban Decay De-Slick Setting Spray. And you're probably sick of hearing me talk about it, but there is a reason that I'm mentioning it in this favorites, and that is because I have started using it in a different way that has made it work about 1,000,000 times better than it previously did. Like, before I was like, okay, it sort of works, and I still liked it because it at least helped a little and nothing else did. But now I can pretty much wear almost any foundation I want and can be almost certain that I will not get oily throughout the day, and that to me is amazing. So what I do is I take this, instead of spraying it on my face before my foundation, I take it and I spray it on a kabuki brush, like a flat-topped kabuki, and then just stipple it all over my skin on the oily areas. Then I put my foundation on, then I spray it on the brush again, dab it over, then I put my powder on, and I don't know how that makes such a difference because you're still just applying it to your skin, but I guess it's more concentrated. Anyway, so if you're going to get this, don't follow the instructions on it. I read this on Makeup Alley to try this, and it works. So I was very excited about that, and now this has become kind of even more of a favorite than it was before. My next favorites you probably have seen before as well if you've watched any of my other videos from when I went to the States, and it's the Real Techniques brushes that I bought while I was there. 3 in particular have become really strong favorites of mine. I love all of them, but these ones I've just been using kind of the most. Also the Expert Face Brush, but I think I like the buffing brush just a little bit more. It depends on the type of foundation. This one works extremely well for powder foundations, but it also works for liquid foundations if they're not too thick, because the bristles are stiff, but they're not as stiff as, say, the Expert Face Brush. So if it's really thick, it might take some time to buff it into the skin, but I still love this brush. It's so soft and it really buffs it into a streak-free finish. The next one is the setting brush, which is kind of a fluffy, smaller brush that you can use to kind of get under the eye area if you're applying like a powder concealer, or you can set different places in the face. You can highlight with it on the cheekbones. I use it for all of those purposes and I really like it. It's just the perfect size and softness for all of those things. And the last one here that I have is the pointed foundation brush, which I actually thought I was going to not use and hate the most out of all the brushes, but this one is actually one of my favorites. But I don't use it for foundation, I use it for concealing under the eyes and kind of around the nose. If you apply your concealer a little bit under the eyes, then use this to kind of pat it in like this, and kind of swipe it back and forth. It really gives a nice finish to your concealer, and I've been loving using it for that purpose, so multitasking is great. I'm going to move into lip products next, and they're all the same type of thing, I just have a few different colors, and they are the Revlon Just Bitten Kissable Balm Stains. I know every single person under the sun talks about these, but I have recently purchased a few of them, and I must say I am loving them, and I see what the hype was all about now. I first got this color in the Sweetheart color. It just comes like that. It's kind of a really bright pink, and it looks really nice on the lips. I love it. So I've been using that a lot. Also, this one in Cherish is kind of a lighter, cooler pink, and I really like that one too. It's the one there. Doesn't look so different on my hand, but on the lips they look extremely different. This one is, the other one, Sweetheart, is more of a hot pink, and this is kind of a cooler pink, but I love them both. This one I'm not as happy with. This is the color, what's this, Honey? And it's okay. It's this one here. If you have not very pigmented lips and you want just kind of like a pop, you can use this. But to be honest, when it's on my lips, it is basically the exact same color as my actual lips because my lips are very pigmented anyway, so it doesn't do much for them, I find. So I don't reach for this one very much. But all in all, I've been loving the Revlon Balm Stains. Next I'm going to move on to cheek products. I have 3 cheek products. The first one I guess I'll start with is the Bobbi Brown Shimmer Brick in Rose. I've had this for a while. I got it quite a long time ago, but I've only been kind of loving it this month. It is very shimmery, it's very pink. It kind of, it looks like this. When you swatch it, it kind of acts as your blush and highlighter all in one. There it is kind of there if you can see, I'm not sure. But I'm wearing a bit of it on my cheeks right now, and it kind of just gives a really nice glow to your cheeks without having to use a highlighter as well, and it's the perfect rosy glow, so I really have been liking that. Another cheek product that I've been liking is the Hard Candy blush. This is in Living Doll, and it's kind of like a really bright pink, but it kind of has gold all shot through it, and when you just like, you swatch it, it looks super bright pink, but it really turns out nicely on the cheeks. And that's another one that you might not necessarily need a highlighter for because it's very, it's not very shimmery, but it has enough shimmer that it kind of gives you a glow, so you might not need a highlighter. The next thing is, it's actually an eyeshadow. It's not a cheek color, but I use it for a cheek color, and it is the Prestige eyeshadow in Comet, and it's kind of just a, kind of a champagne kind of color. It's hard to tell on my finger there, I'm looking in the mirror, but when you put it on your hand or your face and kind of blend it out, just kind of an iridescence. It's not shimmery at all. It's not, well, it's shimmery, sorry, it's not glittery at all. But it really kind of gives a glow to your cheeks. And I bring this with me if I'm going to travel or something. I bring it as my highlighter because it works just as well as any high-end highlighter that I've ever tried, so I really like this. As per usual, I'm going to include some cream eyeshadows because I can't not. I love cream eyeshadows. This one I'm going to include, I just talked about in my last video with my haul, and is the Color Tattoo eyeshadow in Barely Beige, which just looks like this. It's just a creamy kind of beige color, and it looks so nice and natural on the eyes. If you want to compare it to the Smashbox, which I also have, it's similar. Similar to that, except for this is the Color Tattoo, this is the Smashbox. The Smashbox is kind of a little less beigey. It's more of verging on taupey instead of beigey, but they give a very similar effect on the eyes. This one is a little more creamy, but this one has a little bit more pigmentation. So the Smashbox more creamy, the Maybelline a little more pigmentation, so you can just decide which one works better for your specific needs, I guess. And the Maybelline one is a lot cheaper, so you also can keep that in mind. Another cream eyeshadow that I've been loving is super cheap, but really good. It's the Essence Stay All Day eyeshadow. I have, this one is in the color For Fairies, which is kind of a pink, and it kind of has some sparkle in it, and it's almost a mousse texture, really. But it just looks like that. Let me see if I can swatch that. But it kind of has a gold pink look to it. And it really does last on my eyelids. I've used them without a primer and it's still lasted on me. I have a gray one as well, and I don't know, they just work really well for me, and I think they're like $2.99 or less. So I think that's really good for a really good long-lasting cream shadow. Last kind of makeup-y type thing, this is skincare really, but these are samples that I got quite a while ago from an Estee Lauder gift with purchase, but they have the full sizes of them in the store. I just haven't bought them because they're so expensive. But I have just recently gotten another sample of this through another purchase that I made, and it is so good. I don't want to run out of it because I don't have to purchase the full size. But this is the Estee Lauder Advanced Night Repair and the Advanced Night Repair Eye. And I use these almost every night. This little tiny container has lasted me months and months, and now I have another one too, so that is good. And this one is not even close to being done as well. But it's called a Synchronized Recovery Complex, and it's supposed to work with your skin's natural cycle while you sleep or something to, I don't know, repair your skin while you're sleeping. So you use it at night before your moisturizer. This is really good for acne-prone people as well, because if you put this on at nighttime, when you wake up in the morning, your pimple is less pronounced. It definitely is less red, and I don't know, I really like it. It kind of makes your skin feel super soft when you wake up in the morning, and the same with the under eye, makes your under eye area just feel so soft and moisturized and so nice. So I've been using these. I probably won't buy the full size until I can get it for a present, or I'll get someone to give me a gift card or something. I don't know. My very last favorite is not a beauty favorite, but I just had to throw it in there because it is the cutest thing. And it is a day planner that I actually picked up at a thrift store, but it was all wrapped and everything, so it wasn't, it was just in the bottom of a bin. But it is a Totoro day planner, My Neighbor Totoro, on the back. So I don't know if you've ever seen that film, but it was my entire childhood. Recently watched it again, love it just as much. The whole inside here has all the pictures from it in there. Has all the little Totoros in here. I don't know, I just find it so cute. And I had to include that because I've been absolutely loving it, and I pretty much love everything that has anything to do with Totoros on it. So if anybody knows where I can get anything else like that, you can let me know. So anyway, thanks for watching my August favorites. I can't believe it's September, and I will be back again soon with another video, so thanks for watching. Bye!